the Infinity Arena, and that means we still have one final to come, and that means it's next up, the men's singles, the home hero Tomokazu Harimoto again up against the world number 2 Wang Chuqin, and that's next.
Anticipation no more. It is here. It is the moment. It is the time you've been waiting for since yesterday. Tomokazu Harimoto and Wang Chuqin will battle in the men's singles final. Get your steak knife out because we got some beef in the arena tonight.
From Japan, Tomokazu Harimoto! From China, Wang Chuqin!
Lionheart has entered. The question is, will he be predator or will he be prey? The teeth are sharp and the fangs are out, and right now he is in the form of his life. Very few have a winning record against Wang Chuqin, and Tomokazu is no different. We'll talk about that in a bit. This is a best of 7 final. The first player to win 4 games to 11 points must win by 2. Will take the match and take the title. Here's the tail of the table. In WTT, their head-to-head is 6-0, favoring Wang Chuqin. Tomokazu Harimoto has had some big wins on home soil. 2018 beat Ma Long, the greatest of all time. Zhang Jike, another Grand Slam champion. The world ranked number 4 at 22 years old will be battling against the world number 2, and to call it, Werner Koller. He'll be officiating from the high chair, taking care of the coin toss to determine where the players stand and who serves. And that knee is a knee that will be very, very active today. Wang Hao, heart of the beef, my goodness. There's just so much to talk about. And we've got plenty of time, potentially, depending on how fast this final goes. They come together for the toss of the coin.
Red or black? Red. Black for you. Red. You win of the toss. Receive. Side.
So Tomokazu, as he cleans the table, chooses to receive after winning the coin toss. So Wang Chuqin and his perfect player serves will start off this best of 7, but they've got 2 minutes to warm up. Allow me to introduce myself and my better half. I'm Adam Bobrow, and standing next to me, friend and, well, fellow table tennis evangelist, Fraser Riley. Welcome back, Fraser.
Thank you so much, Adam. I'm absolutely buzzing here for this men's singles final. It is demon time now as Wang Chuqin takes on Tomokazu Harimoto.
Well, we are all possessed with table tennis fever right now. The question is, other than Shunsuke Togami, can anyone else take a game off of Wang Chuqin? When he is determined, it is tough to stop him. Now, Tomokazu's beaten him twice before and lost 12 times outside of the WTT era. Talk to me about this 22-year-old.
He's just possessed by his ambition. He's a real showman. He's strong on both wings. He stays particularly close to the table. He's improved his forehand, but his backhand is a fantastic weapon.
We saw it used well to get through everybody he's played, from Finn Liu to Anton Schellberg to Shang Peng and Kunak Jia. And here he is after a strong performance. The last time these two met was not so long ago. It was in Las Vegas at the first ever United States Smash, the men's singles final. And Wang Chuqin, despite having a relatively close game 4, I guess you could say the same with Truls in the last round. It was deuce in the 4th despite the mercy points in the 3rd. But here, a bagel. Wang Chuqin does not take losing lightly. He takes it in a classy way, but he puts it in his pocket as fuel. It motivates him, and he works so hard to come back. He's one of the hardest working, if not the hardest working in the game. And here's what they're playing for, the taller one for the winner. And same with the prize money, the taller prize money at $40,000. If you stack it up, it's gonna be twice as high, assuming they use the same bills. So what sort of rallies do you expect in this match, Fraser?
I think we're going to see fast and furious rallies. I think we're going to see really strong flicking, particularly from Wang Chuqin. The thing is, though, Tomokazu Harimoto has just struggled to contain him in their most recent meetings. Another final between these two. Last time they faced in Japan was at the finals in Fukuoka, and Wang Chuqin demolished Tomokazu Harimoto. So this right here is a massive match for both players, and Tomokazu Harimoto will want his revenge for the United States Smash, no doubt.
It's been some time in singles since Japan has taken a title on home soil. 2018 was a big year, the Japan Open. Both Mima and Tomo. It's now time, if you've been following the beef, from his sister Miwa to the handshake with Wang Hao, there's got to be a lot of energy in these players right now. The question is, where does the focus lie? And will it be enough? Best of 7, Lionheart, Wang Chuqin to start with the serves. Quite a point to start. I'm not gonna lie, because why would I? Wang Chuqin looked a little bit, I don't know, slow to come back on that forehand. The replay from this camera angle, as fast as we see him, this seems tactical from Tomo to sort of open up the table. And an outright service point from arguably one of the best servers in the game.
Will he go for the push and counter tactic more than perhaps trying to flick and then counter Tomokazu Harimoto in this match? It'll be interesting to see for sure.
You know what I like about this?
2-1.
Tomo did the same thing to Kunuk in the semifinals. He played push, and here the long push to the deep backhand. It's a bait. Please open, and I will respond, and it's working so far, still very early in this match. And another good long push to the backhand, but better response this time, using the backhand rather than stepping around.
Yeah, good protective spin shot here from Wang Chuqin. It came so quickly into the corner. He did well to plant his feet.
2-all.
I'd say it was a well-played point from Tomokazu as well.
Indeed.
Wow.
2-3.
So explosive on the back end there, and he looks back to coach Shigeaki Ishikawa, so animated. He really plays each point along with him, the Japanese coach.
There's some fresh young blood in the coaching
2-3.
staff for Japan. And with Masataka Morizono as well, Rei Nakazawa. I just feel like there's a good rapport with the players. You've got all these, well, at least in Masataka and Seiki Ishikawa, relatively recent players that know these players well and are incredibly empathetic and friendly.
Yeah, I've got a sense of that as well, and it's been interesting to see Ueda Jin in there as well.
Jin Ueda had a big, strong finish in his Bundesliga appearance. Still in wonderful form, knows what it's like to be out here on the table.
3-all.
Wang Chuqin's almost like, sorry, my bad.
3-4.
You can understand why. Again, wherever Wang Chuqin goes, much like Sun Ying-sha, the crowd is sure to follow. But it's deserved. This time inside the table, removing the baseline here with confidence, a full stroke forehand. He has been settling, and the first point again was quite theatrical. And upon replay from a different angle, it appeared a little differently, as it often does.
Outstanding timing from Wang Chuqin. I mean, this forehand is not designed to come back, so Tomokazu Haramoto away from the table, doing very well to return these balls, but that's the one there. It's so rare to see Wang Chuqin play two backhands in a row. He's really looking for that forehand, isn't he?
6-3.
Sure is, and Tomokazu, I know you described as playing close to the table, but Wang Chuqin refusing to budge, holding his ground much better,
Please,
and driving
no
Tomo
flashes.
back.
6-3.
I think yesterday was the most angry I've seen Tomokazu in those replays after the sort of quick shake, if you will. Ooh, double happiness here,
4-6.
net edge.
I wonder whether Haramoto had a conversation with Wang Hao in the training hall early just to try and clear the air.
I doubt it.
I do as well.
Glad we're on the same page there. 4 serving 6.
5-6.
That said, there's so much respect between these two players at the table. I mean, you know, Haramoto has been one of the biggest threats to Team China for nearly a decade, which is crazy to think.
Considering he's 22 years old. When you're 14 years old and taking down the best in the game.
6-all.
One of the very, very few players that has beaten Wang Chuqin outside of Team China. Wang Chuqin, by the way, has a 95% win rate against non-Chinese opponents.
You'd have to imagine of that 5%, about 4 of it, 80% of that 5% happened in 2024, second half of it. Maybe not quite that much, but that was the most turbulent time, and I think he's just risen. Since then, it's made him stronger.
Well, Jules Morgan got a taste of it yesterday, didn't he?
Sure did.
Yeah.
There's the pivot, quick footwork, how low he gets. Again, he's not a stocky guy. Doesn't have the legs of Fan Zhendong, but his legs sure do a good job of getting him where he needs to be.
Just realized he played Trolls today.
Oh, yeah.
7-all.
I might have misspoke. I know I mentioned Felix Lebrun's name earlier as someone who was beaten by Kunuk, but that is not the case. Felix 1-0 against Kunuk. Right here, playing with the length of the table again. The table can be your friend, but it's an obstacle for both players, and using it as such is an important tactic. What an answer to a heavy spin shot on the diagonal. Wang Chuqin confidently closes out.
It was a wonderful Chiquita flick. Harimoto did so well to play the line here, but slowing down the pace and then accelerating on his tippy toes. What can you do about that?
7-8.
Corner to corner, moving him and taking it quickly. This is why being close to the table is so important. These angles don't come up otherwise.
Oh, I love the finish from Tomokazu Harimoto. This after motion on his backhand as well, coming in full circle.
8-4.
The final varnish for victory. Little finishing there on the table, right at it. 8 points apiece. Forehand flick. Just like we saw Tomo do before, this is going to be crucial here in the touch game. Think about how many touch rallies we saw with Tomo earlier today.
9-8.
Ooh, the soft flick, the cover of the middle, and Tomo somehow survives, getting Wang Chuqin a full step behind the table.
It felt like a little bit of an escape from this position here. He just managed to get it out of his crossover.
Right, you wouldn't call that a very aggressive ball, more of self-defense, but still some intention as he awkwardly played it and allowed himself time to stay within reach of that corner. That puts extra pressure on Wang Chuqin to play it wide. The last two-serve combination of game one is with Tomokazu. Oh! The chop block, and Wang Chuqin just completely relived this final point from Truls the time before last that they played. That shot under the table had so much nastiness on it. You need that sterilized. Do not touch it. Tomo doesn't. He smacks it. Game point Tomo. And he takes game number one. Now this gets very, very interesting because Tomokazu Harimoto trying to get the crowd up on their feet. You've seen how much energy he's had, and this is all before today. When you think about the drama on the internet between Miwa, between Wang Hao, and now out here, he leads 1-0 on home soil. Wang Chuqin's got a new pressure to deal with. Game two in this best of seven right after this.
Time.
Well, everybody's on the edge of their seat. Nobody is out of their seat just yet because it is a sold-out house and they don't want it taken. It was a tough ticket to get, and we knew with this top-billing blockbuster
Harimoto to serve.
that we would have some drama here. Blows the bangs, ends with a positive head shake. The women of China played the final. Chun Sheng Tong with a big victory over the world number one, but right now it is not an all-China battle.
1-love.
Despite popular belief, parents moved to Sendai, where Tomokazu was born, and Miwa later.
1-love.
Two professional players provincially in Sichuan.
Well, his mother actually represented Team China at the World Championships, according to something I read on the internet.
Sounds good so far. She's here as well. Everyone in the family's here right now, all four. But most importantly, Tomokazu, the third seed. Awkward. Right from the start, the flip was awkward. He left very little rotation on it, and then a block. Not your traditional topspin. Look at that, soft.
1-2.
Yeah, he's just so good up to the table, blocking Tomokazu Haramoto. And it seems counterintuitive to do that against Wang Chuqin, but it's effective here.
Well placed on the parallel here. Looks like the majority of the Chinese team is in the accredited seats right now, cheering on Wang Chuqin for this. A little bit of side spin there and the faint touch, but well handled.
Oh, wow. I'm just loving the energy here from Tomokazu Haramoto. It's been a great start here from Japan's Macho Man.
After we saw that net camera angle with Wang Hao right behind Tomo, just made me think.
It's going to get spicy.
Oh, it has been. Keep your water nearby, folks. Maybe some milk, butter, whatever does that. Wang Chuqin's got the majority of the building, I would say. Again, lines around the block outside the stadium today. Security was at a high. The streets were, people were pouring into the streets for this. Oh my goodness. I would not count on seeing that again in this match. Although it feels nervy right now because pressure is very different than if Wang Chuqin had taken the first game.
We have seen a few of the world's best players lock down Wang Chuqin. I think Haramoto did it in one of the big rallies at the US Smash.
Oh, those two counters. Tomo makes some incredible backhands here. Wait a minute. Let's watch this one more time.
Oh,
double happiness? Oh my goodness. And I didn't understand, he was pointing. I'm like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
With both hands to end up on his back for that?
Wow.
The two backhands before it were crazy. And this just keeps getting better. Tomo is out of his mind right now. I don't know if this is anger, if this is personal, what it is. If it's fuel, the wind beneath his wings from home court advantage, that angle. Look at the face of Wang Chuqin on this. He looked at the table like, how are you still there?
He's not used to receiving this kind of treatment. I mean, this is probably the best performance I've seen from Tomokazu Haramoto in a very, very long time, especially against this man.
It's a marathon, not a sprint, but he sprinted out to a good head start here after being up 1-0, 7-2. 1 point, one step the right direction for the top seed left, the favorite.
Oh, he's playing it perfectly. He's picking exactly the right time to go to the wide forehand. The jubilant Japanese star.
It's so impressive to me how he's mixing up his patterns, and when he covers the backhand with the racket high, he redirects in a way where he doesn't lose his footing, and now he's got 6 of the last 8 points.
Wow. This is so interesting.
I was going to tell you at the end of the last game, in their last 8 encounters, all of which Wang Chuqin has won, Tomo has won a total of 4 games. And most of those are best of 7. That means he's winning, on average, 0.5 games per match.
9-3.
In a usually best of 7. But here he is up 9-3, 1-0.
Wang Chuqin has just been living rent-free in his mind, so you wonder where this has come from. You know, what fuel?
Little help off the top of the net there, despite the whole rent-free situation. 7 game points, Tomo. There's a confidence, though. It still feels to me like Tomo's where he wants to be, scoreboard aside, just in terms of how they choreograph and set up their positioning at the table. calm. Don't lose your focus. You've had a plan to get this far. You prepared for this. We've seen some big comebacks. That said, if Wang Chuqin doesn't take this, I wouldn't be surprised to see a shirt change. Tomokazu, once again, telling the crowd, come on now, get behind me. Where you at, Japan? This is our house. Well, we'll see. Time will tell, he's halfway there. It's a 2-0 lead. Game 1 was a nail-biter at 9-9, this 11-5. Just looking down at Wang Chuqin. From the little that I could catch conversations about controlling your speed, the receive game, and where to put the ball potentially, well, deep to the forehand on receive, mix it up. He does feed off the speed of Tomokazu, but Tomokazu hasn't been giving him much. He's been constantly mixing it up, soft, slow in the beginning. Zhang Ban Zhihe, Tomokazu's name in Chinese. Good start here from Wang Chuqin. Front row likes it. Second row, third, the accredited players area there.
I mean, he's still obviously got adrenaline coursing through his veins, but I feel like everyone's kind of settling a little bit now into this match. This is a huge game, momentum-wise, in terms of a potential turning point as well.
When you said he's got adrenaline pumping through his veins, who are you referring to?
Tomokazu Haramoto.
Gotcha. It's worked so far. Let's see. Oh, the timing. Wang Chuqin with a head shake there. Immediately when I watch this, I think, okay, this is going to cause some trouble, but he's playing safely cross court. Yeah, a little bit wider than usual. He said, no, that's not going to do. Change of plans. Break off the net. One quick change.
They'll take that every day of the week here, Wang Chuqin. It was interesting to see him sat down and Wang Hao stood up in the game break. A little bit of a role reversal happening in that sense, but Wang Hao hammering the advice home.
2-3.
It's just so, I don't know, tough to forget. Wang Hao standing to Shang Peng. I mean, that was just, I was so distracted by that, I missed all the beef while it was happening live.
He was giving him a real grilling, wasn't he?
Yeah. You have to wonder how much of that is personal, but there's a lot of pressure. When I say personal, I mean Wang Hao is world #1 for 27 months straight. And he came incredibly close to a few dream medals on 3 occasions in 4-year cycles.
3-all.
And he might believe sometimes you have to be cruel to be kind. He might think Shang Peng responds best from that kind of treatment.
4-3.
This is going to be critical here. It'll be a real test of both players. Tomo's got belief, he's got confidence, he's got a plan, and it's working. Again, it's constantly covering his trail.
4-3.
Anytime it seems that there's a pattern, the pattern has changed. And this time it's spinny, soft inside the table, and he counters spinny instead of a big drive, instead of a hard baseline power shot. Short stroke, racket high, He's keeping himself close to the table. This is a tough day at work for Wang Chuqin right now.
3-5.
Well, it's good that Wang Chuqin is continuing to try and play his shots. Even though he's been turned and burned a few times, he still understands that his best chance is to leave nothing to chance.
There was a gulp there that you could feel in Wang Hao. Just the look, the shift in the eyes was as if to say that could have gone either way. Tomo's brought plenty of these back to the wide forehand in recent history. And the long push, a little bit less spin. It's so delicate, these fine differences in the angle of how he touches the ball with less brush. Wow. Smart. You might need a microscope for some of this. And he looks down at the equipment for a moment. He's down, he's not out.
Oh my goodness, he's moving so dynamically, Haramoto, isn't he?
That shot to the corner, we've seen it throughout his career. Tomo sometimes thinks the point is over and the ball still comes back up and then it's tough to adjust, but now it seems like he's learned.
Yeah, that's a good observation. Wow, he's running away with it.
There are nerves. There are no boots, but there is some shaking right now. Game one was crucial. Again, the best in the game under pressure. Game one starts that. It's a crack in a windshield. It's a sweater starting to unravel. There's a chance to tie a knot. But right now, 4 points down. Wang Chuqin, some big serves to come. It's got to be tension in the muscles. What Tomo did to Kanak Ja is happening to Wang Chuqin right now. Again, it's not over. But you asked me when we were playing earlier, was it a Kanak thing or was it a Tomo thing? It's a Tomo thing.
It's a Tomo thing.
He's completely disassembling the opponent's game plan.
He stared Wang Chuqin in the face and said, I don't fear you. I don't care what's happened between us in the past.
Figuratively.
Yeah.
Just a quick clarification out there, just in case those words were not shared. Soft touch, big moment here. And a timeout for Tomo. 9-6. It feels like a must-capture moment, but you can just feel the seesaw tilting here in terms of confidence. Let's listen in. With the whole Chinese team up on their feet right now, they know how pivotal this moment is. Conversation on Harimoto's side. Patience. Keep your eye on the opponent. Respond in kind. Don't decide too early. Use the data from your peripheral and what's coming in. 9 serving 6. And this gets interesting because Wang Chuqin hits it right into the middle. And while Tomo's made some good blocks from there and won some points, He wasn't in control at that moment, and it's starting to look uncomfortable the other way around.
Yeah, Wang Chuqin responding better off of that long push. 2 serves, a chance here for Wang Chuqin.
But still human in this moment. That was big after what, 9-4? 3 in a row, and now it's 3 game points for Tomokazu to do something that hasn't been done in a long, long time. One game point saved, a ways to go still. What are you thinking right now, Fraser?
Just looked a little bit hesitant there on this serve, didn't he, Haramoto? But it was a thumbs up from Tomokazu there.
10-8.
Serves on Tomo's side. He takes it, a 3-0 lead.
Game Haramoto.
This is very interesting. We've been talking on and on about how unstoppable Wang Chuqin has been this week. We don't even have to talk about it. The results speak for themselves. You saw the match against Truls earlier today. It feels like, wow, I just can't believe how much table tennis drama there's been. It's non-stop right now. And Tomo leads 3-0. It's now or never for Lionheart.
不用说想着拉落点，现在就是所有球全给我的中间，往所有球上中间，不要想我一个拉一个正手，就给他中间那个位置，好吧？现在人一定要这种敢出去，啊，不能任何一种感觉，就0-3落后，我觉得差的不是啊，没关系啊，包括他那种大球里面，我是不行，我就不用插，再一个也太好了。
Yu Harimoto, a father, and right now, a man keeping guarded optimism from his seat.
Harimoto to serve. La ball.
It's a very different tone after game 3 from Wang Hao talking to Wang Chuqin, trying to solve problems here, whatever it takes. Well done, Wang Chuqin survives the push rally, gets a good opening, has not fished or lobbed down this time around.
Ladies and gentlemen, please no flashes.
It's almost impossible to say how Wang Chuqin will respond because we've barely ever seen him in this position. I can only think of 2 players in recent history who managed to beat him with a bagel. Ma Long at the World Cup last year and Anton Kjellberg of Sweden at the Champions event in Frankfurt.
Who Tomo took care of with the bagel of his own in this event. Which is quite a comeback. After Anton had quite a memorable win over Tomo in Paris. He hung in there for a shallow drive. Again, Tomo playing the spin, mixing it up in the depths in the rally. Watch where these balls come down. Inside the baseline, covers the middle, goes wide to the forehand. A little bit of an ambitious shot there for sort of a flatter swat from out in front.
And here, just a guiding flick from Tomokazu Haramoto, and Wang Chuqin ends up being a little bit off balanced here. He planted his feet quite soon. I don't know what to say here, Adam.
Oh, it's okay.
This is unbelievable.
He's moving well, Tomo, but when he's that far behind the table, it's a lot of ground to cover, and he's exploited. Wang Chuqin taking advantage of that positioning there. Again, there was no shirt change. Some players do it every game. We've seen top players in important matches for Team China after being down 0-2 get a shirt change. Tactical decision hasn't happened yet. That said, Wang Chuqin in a decent position here at the first towel break, still early parts of the game. The pressure is palpable.
4-3.
The relationship between physical and mental, when there is pressure, you can tense up. These are two of the best in the world at getting rid of that pressure to make sure that they can perform at the absolute top. Clever idea. He didn't show his cards. He held it for a moment, but it might have made it that much tougher to play the shot itself.
He realised, Haramoto, it's better for him to try and take the serve a little bit earlier with the backhand touch than wait for it a bit longer to try and take it with the forehand touch.
And it's another awkward ball, mixing it up so well. Again, simplifying, streamlining. It's the counterintuitive sometimes.
4-5. Please play.
In broad daylight, the answer can be there. And it's wiggling. That's what he's saying there. It has been quite toasty outside. They make sure that it's cool in here. But I do think just the flatness of some of the shots, the lack of spin, does make it sort of face the air a little bit differently, like a knuckling shot. Showing his teeth there.
6-4.
It's when he's playing against Lionheart, but back in his Ask a Pro anything, if he could be any animal, he said he'd be a lion.
7-4.
What's your read of that body language from Wang Chuqin?
I like it. He's staying stone cold. He's trying to draw the sting out of Tomokazu Haramoto.
That's it. That's what I have to do. Big points. Trying to fire it up. Looking back there, Mika Baba, Yu Harimoto, Sam, the videographer and analyst. What was that? It sounded like no coaching, please. I wonder who that was directed at. You are allowed to be coached between points. You're only allowed to have one coach in a singles match. In doubles, if it's mixed association, there's an exception. Well placed. Wang Chuqin pinpoints him on the elbow a little bit into the body there when he wants to turn.
He's been harassing Haramoto to that area with his backhand, Wang Chuqin. Look how he scuttles across there. It's amazing those minor adjustments he makes. Because again, it was a good push into the backhand from Haramoto.
Tomo set it up so well. There was a moment where he got Wang Chuqin to come in and push a little bit late, and I thought that would be the opening attack. But he waited one more shot. And of course, he's been incredibly smart. It didn't work out his way. He's been very clever this match. It's Wang Chuqin 2 points away from his first game.
9-6.
But nothing is quite settled. Familiar scoreline here, except the opposite of where it was before.
9-6.
Wow. The replay, as we've got 4 game points here for Wang Chuqin, the replay of the point before, with the entire Chinese team up on their feet here. There's just such a communal spirit there, the team, unlike any other. I was gonna say, the replay, I think for me, it's that Tomo's in position. Beautiful Chiquita here, heavy side with the top. That's part of the reason that inside-out forehand for me didn't come down, because Tomo was in a place to cover it and counter back.
Yeah, there's extra pressure on Wang Chuqin to make a winner.
When game points saved, 3 more to go.
Clever shot selection from Haramoto. He was in position to potentially play a flick, but instead going for the push, and it was right into the corner. Pinpoint precision. Watch this.
Third ball push as deep as can be. Facial expression hasn't changed much from Yu Haramoto.
10-8.
2 game points left, keeping that hand cool. Three in a row. Has a timeout been called yet? My goodness, if not now, then when? It is now. This is it.
Timeout.
I would have bet my bottom dollar on Wang Chuqin wrapping up this game already. This is amazing from Haramoto.
It would make quite a statement.
めっちゃ上来てるなって時だけこういってストップしてこういうチャンス咱们こうやってストップして他摆着他也别打他顶过来就是同一长同一杆还有他你后面拉横拉到他中间这位置就行了后面注意而且到反手这块的就是冲你转不去加铁的不去加铁啊就是冲转啊就是冲绳子啊包括正手这块也是正手就啊正常的按照后面注意正好就然后就如果说打这种转子，他同意抬的，正常拉的啊，抬转他回一下都没问题啊，这个里边很好，真的没问题啊。节奏现在这种就还是掌握，咬回来就咬回来就有机会啊，咬回来就有机会啊，很好啊。
It would just be a game of guessing with the few words in the body language, the few words that I heard. But depending on your backhand, getting him to move out wide. Think about it. Tomo has won in their last 8 encounters, 4 games. Wang Chuqin has won 29. That's a better than a 7-to-1 ratio in favor of Wang Chuqin. And he's got 1 game point left to get his first game to make him down 1-3. Step around to the open table. It is back, the bread and butter, and it will be a restart, 0-0 in game number 5. If it were the other way around, it would seem unthinkable. But based on their head-to-head, suddenly this gets incredibly interesting. I don't know what the odds are right now. I don't care to guess. But I will say this feels like it could be far from over. Wang Chuqin on the board, game 5 coming right up.
Haramoto isn't looking too confident now. Looks to be a bit shaken and stirred here.
5th game. Wang to serve. Love.
Time will tell. Emotions can definitely show. It's tough for players to completely keep the poker face at all times. Idea was right, Tomo covers the wide wing, but Wang Chuqin, maybe a little bit more belief in this moment. A clean start can definitely settle the nerves. After all, the law of averages, we've heard how history has been.
1 love.
Yeah, there he goes, the long serve to middle.
Yeah, you were telling me before you hadn't seen as much of this. You expected a little bit more?
Yeah, I do, because Tomokazu wants to stay close. He isn't confident on attacking side spinny serves that go into his crossover, especially with a bit of backspin. So Wang Chuqin using the serve as an attack, effectively.
smart. 2 soft shots to finish the rally. Slows down the second to last and then spins the other one, and the timing is completely changed.
Yeah, excellent there. Wow, he did well to cope with that backhand of Wang Chuqin, who was playing it from way back.
First one softer inside the table, next one arcing and right at the baseline.
Digging deep, Haramoto.
Facial expression we rarely see from Wang Chuqin, especially at this stage of the game.
He's learned the hard way sometimes, Wang Chuqin, you know, showing too much emotion, getting angry. So I think he's honestly dealing with this situation as well as possible.
This is next level. It should have been over by the second Harimoto shot, and Wang Chuqin sticks in there for a few more fast counters. These points right here, if you imagine the game, you've been watching the greats through the late 80s and 90s, through the early 2000s. The quality of point that we're seeing right now is mind-blowing. One inside the table. He's played touch so many times, but this one is a blast from the backhand. Man, the size of that crowd. I wonder if that's analogous for the stadium itself. What percentage of the fans right now in here do you think are behind Wang Chuqin?
4-2.
I'd have to go with about 75, 80%.
Might be right. Ooh! Quality point here. Wang Chuqin gets one past Tomo after a quick exchange once again. Variation in the spin game. And that one, you can see the curve on it. Just a little bit inside the ball. These subtleties with the contact.
Oh, this is dangerous here from Wang Chuqin. Comes in with the elbow high. Read from a mile away that Haramoto is going to touch the ball, and he's got his teammates on their feet.
4-all.
Yeah, Neo Guang Kai has been a regular practice partner, has been there by his side for quite some time. He's quick to get up for that.
5-4.
It's that long serve again. I'm happy that he's starting to bring it out. He's got to make it again. Has to.
Right, that is the secret on both sides. It was that way for the first 3 games. A significant part of game number 4 as well. Tomo's been mixing it up, but Wang Chuqin taking a page out of that book. Oh, Tomo survives the big one and then sends it back with interest after he's got his opponent taking a moment to recoil.
He took it on so low after blocking this, and look how wonderful this loop is.
Drive me home.
5-all.
A little bit off the net on the last one. Tomo survived some challenging shots throughout, and the apology there quick. You said it before, there's a lot of respect between these two players. Whatever beef there is, it's not the players themselves, not these two.
And they've both beaten each other in some massive matchups. Haramoto at the World Champs in 2022. That one really, really rings a bell.
Oh, there's still table there. A fine line between forehand and barrier, and Wang Chuqin finds it. The fanning shot just brings the elbow up to avoid any hook, to bring it more center on the table. A little bit of a modified fanning forehand. Second towel break, 2 points in front. It's Wang Chuqin with the serves.
7-5.
Yeah, just too good off the bounce there. Wang Chuqin just squeezing and squeezing Tomokazu Haramoto, who back there in no man's land had little to no chance of getting back into it. All started out with that lovely Chiquita flick, again the backhand counter.
Please play.
Every shot was perfect.
6 of the last 8 points for Lionheart. This is big. He needed this. Again, you can imagine, I don't know about you, but I think a lot of viewers as well must have an active imagination what the emotions would be should it work out either way, feeling the comeback train of Lionheart and how it's been looking in this game. After a narrow escape, winning right after his timeout, 11-9 in the last. Smart combination, slows it down, brings it back dead after a big opener. Just a knuckling ball with almost nothing behind it except that flat racket. Oh, 2 shots from the backhand. How can they be so different in sequence? Slow spin. He pulled a Hina Hayata to your Wang Yi. From that position to have the bravery, watch him rock back, way back on that left foot, and just spins it slowly.
And that's a ball that normally Wang Chuqin would try and pivot and counter with the forehand. But because of the fact that his backhand's improved throughout this match, he tried to take it on with that, and it was too greasy.
3 in a row for Harimoto. Business end of game number 5. The placement as wide as can be. He got him to pull a chop block out. He was looking to turn Wang Chuqin and realized there was no way it would happen. He was outfoxed by Harimoto. 4 in a row and a 1-point lead. Good placement here, and it comes into the 3rd towel break. Wow, 9-9. Wang Chuqin hanging on by a thread here. Jeez. 55.5% serve success, Tomokazu, and he's got the last 2 serve combination in this game. 9.7% better than Wang Chuqin. Ooh, the long push, and the answer is right there. Wang Chuqin sneaks it under the racket to set up game point.
I was wondering whether we were going to see a long serve there from Tomokazu Haramoto, because he's barely played them. But look at the skid on that shot.
Man, that one stayed way low. Game point, Wang Chuqin. Right back to the backhand, the patterns again. The obvious, in quotes, shot to play is cross court to the forehand, so Wang Chuqin starts to shift his weight. Watch this. You know what? I thought it must have happened.
Yeah, I did as well, mate.
And he held his ground completely. That's just how good the shot was. I think anyone else would have, but he moved center on the table for the backhand before. Deuce, game 5. Clean as can be, a whistling shot goes screaming past on the forehand and sets up another game point for Wang Chuqin's 2nd one in this game.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it, he says. This is brilliant, seriously.
Forehand flick to keep hopes alive. A second deuce. Harimoto does not want to turn back the clock and see double zeros on the scoreboard again. It would be Groundhog Day for him, except it wouldn't be the best day. I guess Groundhog Day wasn't the best day either. 11 points apiece. Alternating serves until one player has a 2-point lead. It's Wang Chuqin at 0-0 in game 6. If it's Tomo, it's the title. tried to slow it down, and Wang Chuqin times it just right to earn another game point, third one.
Good point construction from Haramoto, but ultra instinct from Wang Chuqin. Came in with the pivot, threw caution to the wind. Haramoto trying to change the pace.
I think instinct was very much the right word. We'll talk about that in a bit. Because he's taken the game, and it will be a lot more time for conversation. We'll get at least one more game. Game number 6 starts at 0-0. Wang Chuqin surviving.
Looks like Haramoto's calling the physio over.
And Wang Chuqin actually having a little conversation. I imagine he's going to change his shirt. Interesting time, though, because he just had 2 victories in the shirt he's wearing. That said, if it's uncomfortable, it doesn't hurt to start fresh. The hips, the quads. It's not the first time we've seen Tomo getting a little bit of a massage. The sound you hear are the fans of the man in a fresh shirt, Wang Chuqin.
Time. Sixth game, Haramoto to serve, Lavoy.
Tomokazu came close, 9-9, and after that it was controlled by Wang Chuqin.
1-love.
So when you said, what was the word, instinct? I feel like at this level of play with so much experience, sometimes it's almost like you just have to stop thinking. The thinking is what tenses you up. And obviously there's some going on, but just letting it happen to some extent. We saw Wang Chuqin start to do that, and it seemed to help him. Easier said than done with Tomo throwing completely different shots at you all the time.
We talk about the flow states in sport. Oh, that's just ridiculous from Tomokazu Haramoto. That is literally unreturnable. Just the deadening effect coming in. How on earth are you supposed to return that?
A swat, a flat hit. It comes back to the bottom of the net. It's not going to be easy to repeat. Here and there, if he can do it, his percentages have been incredibly high. A 3-0 start in Game 6.
3-1.
Thumbs up there from Tomo. You have to imagine that was back at the bench as if to say, got it. Still feeling good. Remember, no timeouts left. Oh, he wrong-footed him. He got him up off balance. Wang Chuqin. Can't believe it. Looking down, I mean, this is a player who's been on fire. Back to your question, was it Kunuk or was it Tomo? It's Tomo.
We should say a special congratulations to Kanakjar as well for being the first USA player to reach the semis of a Champions events.
Right here and now. Tomo's having some issues, he says.
Yeah, okay. Referee to the field of play, please.
So he's calling Tina Krota, the referee. Maybe see if he can get some tape on his leg. We'll find out. Again, a lot of interesting controversy around what really qualifies someone. I mean, it's in the rules. There are new rules about what qualifies someone. The question is the loopholes. It's going to be evaluated here.
They recently changed the amount of time you can have for a medical timeout. I can't remember exactly how long it is. I think it's 2 minutes, isn't it?
I was going to say 5, but I think there are 2 different types. I think if one is a... Wow. I don't want to speak on it too much. But yeah, if it's an injury, I think there's a different qualification, 5 minutes. But if it's something that's reopened, well, we'll keep you posted on that. Wang Chuqin, Wang Chuqin. That sounds like 80% to me.
It looks like they're not going to allow him to tape it. If my reading of the body language is correct here, Adam.
There's a lot of head shaking left to right. Man, in a sport that's so mental, you talked about flow state. This is the opposite of flow. I know Tomokazu had some feelings about the last medical timeout that we saw. If it's related to conditioning, it doesn't qualify you. If you cramp...
Medical timeout.
Well, it's a green check mark there. It's a mini victory for Tomo anyway. And for the spectators who want to see the highest level of table tennis, of course. Man, Wang Chuqin. Glamour isn't the right word. Yeah, in terms of the Louis Vuitton and everything else, but his life has not been easy by any stretch of the imagination. Having millions and millions of fans that line the building for you and all the pressure, he wants more than that. He wants to deliver. He wants the flag to fly high. He wants to be as dependable as Ma Long and Fan Zhendong have been. It's amazing thinking back to 2014 and physically how much Tomo has changed. The first time he beat Timo at the Czech Open, he immediately, after the awards ceremony, went to the weight room. And look at him now. So remember, the score is 4-2. Tomo is leading. It's not a time where you would fake this out of desperation or anything like that. He's doing well. He just recognized that his body needs some extra attention right now and that it's going to affect his play and hurt his chances. I think this also sends a positive message, not just to athletes, but to everybody, that recognize sometimes when you need help and you need to ask for it. It's important. You take too much on yourself and you might not be playing the long game, let's say.
And the call from Klecker earlier, one of the calls was no coaching, please, wasn't it? I wonder in a medical timeout if you can see the coaching of more than one person.
Werner Koller.
Koller, yeah.
Yeah, Roman Klecker.
Oh, sorry.
Also from Czech Republic, because
Yeah.
I mentioned it probably through you there. But yeah, our head umpire, Werner Koller. Don't you wonder if it's just firing him up? Like somebody telling you can't do something? Maybe for every one of the thousands of fans here chanting Wang Chuqin right now, it's fueling the fire for Tomo. I think Wang Chuqin's done a wonderful job of being grateful but having tunnel vision, making sure that anything that's not helpful is simply background noise.
This is just so interesting. There are so many layers coming into this match. A bit of beef yesterday between, well, Tomokazu and Wang Hao. I'm not sure if Wang Hao knows about that, but anyway.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's a really good point. I think that the internet, which we're all on right here, it's just talking about it non-stop. I've got friends all over the world that are writing me about this, sending me different insights and thoughts, and Wang Hao might not even know that he's in it.
I'm really looking forward, not just to seeing the outcome of the match, but the handshake between Tomo and Wang Hao.
You're not alone in that.
It looked like Wang Hao was saying to Wang Chuqin, don't let this affect you, don't let this distract you, let's go back to the table, let's play our table tennis. You're probably in his head. You know, you've won 2 games in a row, you're knocking on the door of forcing it to a decider, and you would have the psychological edge, so let's get to work.
No, I'm not keeping my eye on a clock here or anything, but 5 minutes, there's Werner Kohler, who will be keeping an eye on the clock and letting everybody know when he's got to come back to play. It feels like it's got to be any time now. We can see one difference between the Jun Mizutani generation of Japanese men and the modern player. IYK. Okay, so the knee muscle just above it, the quads, still trying to keep his focus. It feels like any moment now, he'll be back out there and playing. The question is, will it affect, who will it affect more is the question. We've seen players come back from injury time and time again. When Hino Hayata came back, it seemed to affect Miwa more than it affected Hino. When Ding Ning came back, it seemed to affect Liu Shiwen more than it affected Ding Ning.
Two, 4.
Red man, time for some action. 2 serving 4. And he takes the first point out. You never know what you're going to get, life and the curveballs that may come. A lot of body language there. Wang Chuqin. He repositions himself after 2 from the middle with the forehand. Tomo recognizes the opportunity to move back into the table and lay down some authority in this rally, turn up the heat.
Gorgeous technique, abbreviating his strokes. Goodness me, how many times did he have to get it out the crossover? Oh, good play from Wang Chuqin. He didn't panic when he saw that Tomokazu Harimoto was there holding down the fort in the blocking game. Kept focused on what he could control.
It felt like he got himself back into a position where he's won many points. Tomo still up by 3. And a change of pace on the block. Doesn't go aggressive. Slows it down to the backhand. Everything, it seems, right now. It's a page out of the Truls book. Except Tomo right now is using it to a very positive effect. 4 points in front and 4 points away from the title. Big backhand. The biggest lead we've seen this game. It is confidence, but it is guarded optimism on the side of Tomokazu Harimoto. Now this shot to me seemed out of sorts for Wang Chuqin. He slows it down. It was very much not flow, but it worked. Wow. From that camera angle, it looked quite different. Heavy spin, top and side.
Snuck it past him, and he had to play it with such spin to be able to get that angle away from Tomokazu Haramoto's waiting area. Goodness me, he's just 2 away, Haramoto. You know, he won the first ever champions back in 2022. He's played 11 since.
9-4.
It's been a long time for Tomo.
A little bit there, just a little bit. He's got 6 championship points. 11 champions events since. Home soil 2018. This is before the WTT era. Tomo does it! Tomo against all odds on home soil. Harimoto has taken down the top remaining seed, the world champion, Wang Chuqin. Despite being 2-12 before this, he has just won on home soil, and this one was better than the last. You got your handshake, and the shirt is off. What's the name? Tomokazu Harimoto, feeling good right now. 8 years, and that is going to be one sweaty hug that is well-deserved. Man, did he want this bad. Tomokazu Harimoto, the steak knife to cut through the beef, has taken the title over the best in the game right now by a long shot, according to one other who's had to face him many times. 11-9, 11-5, 11-8 for a 3-0 lead. The plot would thicken, and in Game 6, he would take it in dominant fashion. It is not the first time, but it has been a long time. And in Japan, this is really something special, Fraser.
He kisses the table. Japan's macho man has done it. He's got his revenge from the finals in Fukuoka. He's got his revenge from the final of the US Smash. We love Tomokazu Haramoto. We love Wang Chuqin. As always, magnanimous in defeat when it does happen on the rare occasion. But that is so well deserved for Tomokazu Haramoto. He's over the moon. He's in his elements, and he's won.
The whole event has been fascinating. And as on fire as Wang Chuqin was coming into this, it would take not only superhero-like performance, but a brainiac, an engineer, to put together tactics to hold your nerve through all of this. And he did it. Tomokazu Harimoto, the champion, to take down Wang Chuqin in the final. There it was, good to see it again. Not a full webbing of hands meeting, but a lot more than the last time around. Congratulations, Tomokazu Harimoto. I'm sure John will say it, but omedetou gozaimasu. This was big, and it's exactly what he needed. 8 years ago, he beat the 2 best in the game in succession on home soil. And here today, he's moving on up. The world number 4 takes 40 grand and 1,000 world ranking points. Japan's got a lot of up-and-coming surprises for us in the table tennis world. And this one wasn't even in the plans. It was just a wish. And it came true for Japan. An hour and 7 minutes later, 114 points were played, and it didn't even come to a decider. Interestingly enough, it was 2 11-9s and 11-13, but 11-4 in the end. You just never know with Wang Chuqin till the very last point he fought, and you felt that the comeback could happen, yet Tomo stayed focused. This was really something special to witness live. It's sort of crazy to think that with both Shasha and Wang Chuqin here, that neither of them will be holding the tall trophies or standing on the stage, the victor, the champions here. But that's just consistent with the week. Upsets left and right, unpredictability, incredible matches. This is the state of table tennis right now, and it's a good thing for the spectators. Again, respect on the table, class between them both. It's a rivalry that is still heavily favoring Wang Chuqin, but today was Tomo's day. going to head down to Man, the hype. There was so much hype coming into today. And just thinking about the Europe Smash in Sweden, people flying in from all over the world for this event. 11 days of action, the 14th through the 24th, the Europe Smash. Following that, early September, I've already got my tickets to the WTT Champions Macau, China Smash, Montpellier, Frankfurt. This is just such an exciting time to be alive for table tennis fans. But now, we've got our trophy presentation.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome WTT host Shamian Tam and three-time Olympic medalist and former mixed doubles world championship gold medalist Kasumi Ishikawa.
Welcome to WTT Champions Yokohama 2025. Coming to you live from the Infinity Arena, this is the men's singles trophy presentation.
WTT チャンピオンズ横浜2025へようこそ。インフィニティアリーナから生中継でお送りしています。男子シングルストロフィー授賞式です。
Before we begin, let us welcome the trophy presenters for this special occasion.
受賞に先立ちましてプレゼンターの皆様をご紹介いたします。
First up, JTTA President, Mr. Masaya Kawata.
公益財団法人日本卓球協会
Broadcast Director, Mr. Ali Tavale.
WTT ブロードキャストディレクター有田払い
And last but not least, JTTA Vice President, Mr. Ichiro Hoshino.
公益財団法人日本卓球協会副会長星野一郎様。
And now, let's welcome the men's singles finalist from China, Wang Chu-jin. Here to present the flowers and trophy to our finalists, please welcome Mr. Ichiro Hoshino and Mr. Ali Tavale.
続きまして星野一郎様と有田払いからお花と準優勝トロフィーの授与です。
And may we please invite the presenters to take a group photo with our finalists. And thank you, presenters. Ladies and gentlemen, your finalist of WTT Champions Yokohama 2025 from China, Wang Chu-jin. Thank you, finalists. You may now take your leave. Infinity Arena, it's now time to welcome the champion of the men's singles final from Japan, Tomokazu Arimoto! Here to present the flowers and trophy to our champion, please welcome Mr. Masahiro Meihara, as well as Mr. Masaya Kawata.
前原正弘様と川田正也様からお花と優勝トロフィーの授与です。
And can we have our champion just take one step back up for this group photo, if that works? Okay. And now, let's welcome back the finalists and all our presenters for a group photo. Thank you, presenters, for joining us. You may now take your lead, presenters. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, your trophy winners of WTT Champions Yokohama 2025 Men's Singles Final! Thank you to our finalists. You may now take your leave. Yokohama, Japan, Infinity Arena, I now present to you your men's singles champion of WTT Champions Yokohama 2025, Japan's Tomokazu Arimoto! And you know what time it is? It's selfie time.